Hello and welcome to the Lazy Gardener. Today, some asparagus from seed. Let's get started.
Some people dream of good things. Very few people stay awake and do them. People dream of good things.
So the first thing I'm going to do is take my seeding compost. And it's just all-purpose compost that I've made up with some perlite and some slow-release fertiliser. Pop it in. Now, they say, well, most people start off the asparagus by crowns, but there's loads of problems that people face starting off with crowns, such as it not growing, it dying off in its second year, etc, etc. Now, if you start off with seeds, you don't have that problem, and you can get a harvest in about the same time as a crown that you plant, which is a year old. So, considering this, we're going to give it a try and see what happens. Right, I've made 3 finger holes that are about the size of my knuckle. Oh, sorry, I'm being attacked by a gnat. And I'm going to open up the seed packet. Now, they're quite sizable. Seeds are quite sizable. Now, if you take a seed and you put one in each of the holes, remember, we only want ones that you don't want to bury them too deeply because they'll have problems coming up. So you want to plant these out in January to February and plant out in the summer. Now, all you need to do is cover them up with the soil, just very gently, and water them in well. And then we're going to leave them in a cupboard as per always, so that they germinate. Now, with these, if you put the seeds in a fridge for 1 to 2 weeks before you plant them, then they tend to sprout a lot quicker because they need a cold period to trigger the seeds into thinking, right, we've had winter and now it's spring. If you don't do that, it might take a little bit longer, about 3 to 4 weeks to sprout. But with asparagus, all you need is patience. They will sprout and just wait for them. So you should be seeing something depending on between 2 and 4 weeks. Just remember to keep them well watered and not to overwater because the seeds will rot. And if you get nervous, just wait. With gardening, it's all about patience and just making sure that you don't throw them away when they're perfectly good. So, asparagus, you write the name on it and then you date it. There we go. We just pop that in there so we know what they are and pop them in the cupboard until they germinate. And then I'll put them under the heat lamps. This has been the Lazy Gardener. Happy gardening!